Hello, today we're going to talk about the volume of prisms. So our equation, if we recall, volume is how much fits inside of a three-dimensional image. So it's the air inside, not the surface of it. So our volume formula is B times H. Notice that B is capitalized. It is not representing a base that you would know. It is the area of the base of the image. So your base is that B value is going to change depending on what the actual image of the base is. So for example, if your base is a rectangle, we know that a rectangle is base times height or length times width. So that B is going to be represented by BH or LW. If it was a square, then your big B is going to be represented by S squared because that's the area of a square. If it was a triangle, our big B would be 1/2 BH. So that B is going to change depending on what the image is. So let's take a look at an example. So we need to find the volume of this prism. Well, to determine your base, it's going to be the two images that are parallel to each other and don't intersect. So if you look at that image there, the two triangles don't ever touch each other. So the triangle is the actual base there. So we have a triangular prism here. So I would always start out with writing your formula. My volume is B times H. And then determine what does this B represent? Well, because it's a triangle, that's 1/2 base times height. So my formula is actually 1/2 base times height of that triangle times the height of the image. And so let's just plug in our values. Well, we have 1/2 times our base of the triangle, or of our triangle, is 9. The height of the triangle is our 15. So that takes care of the triangle, and then this 12 here is going to be the height of the image. So remember, if you flip that over and let it sit on the triangles, then you would notice it would be 12 yards high. So the 12 is the height of the image. And when we multiply those together, we end up getting 810 yards cubed. Make sure you don't forget your units. Your units are very important when you're talking about volume. Okay, let's look at another one. So here we have a rectangular prism. So when we talk about volume, volume again is B times H, but we have to determine what that B is. Well, since it's a rectangle, we know it's length times width, and then we have times that H, so that LW is representing the B. So our length is 12, our width is 4, and our height is 8. So when I multiply all three of those together, I get 384 centimeters cubed. And there's your volume. Now, what if we give you the actual volume and ask you for something else? So you are building a 6-foot tall dresser. So the height of the dresser is 6 feet, and you want the volume to be 36 cubic feet, and it's asking us for the area of the base. Well, the area of the base is that big B. That's what that big B is representing. And then it's asking us to give possible lengths and widths once we have that area. So let's just start with our formula again. We have BH, but this B right here, if we notice, we have a rectangle on the base. So we have really length times width times the height. Oh, actually, we don't need that, because I'm asking you to find the big B. So we actually don't need to convert that. Sorry about that. So our volume is 36, so my V is 36. I don't know my B, that's what I'm asked to find, but I know my height is 6. So this is really like 36 equals 6B. So we're going to divide both sides by 6, and we're going to find that our big B is 6, which means our base area is 6 feet squared. And it's squared here because now we're talking area. And then it says give possible lengths. Well, what could your length and your width be so that you have an area of 6 on the bottom of your dresser. Well, you could have one be a 2 and one be 3 because 2 times 3 is 6, or one of them be 6 and one of them be 1. So you could have a 2 foot by 3 foot base, or you could have a 6 foot by 1 foot base. And those would be your possible lengths that you could have with a base of 6 feet. And that is how we find